So it's what happens, the identity, it almost has to return back to its original. So it's again returning, withdrawing. It's always opposing what we are used and conditioned for life, because we are used to becoming, achieving, gaining, going out, reaching out, right? And this is all withdrawing, losing, dissolving. Oh, it's like everything is in reverse.
That's how we've been taught.
It's the outward bend is opposing. It's like almost everything is upside down, means I think you affect me, and it's the thoughts within me affect me. Oh, okay. I think I perceive you out there, when in fact I perceive you inside the mind through the senses. So again, I think that I am the mind, when in fact I am behind the mind, witnessing it. Okay? What else is in reverse? I think that becoming is the direction, when actually being is yourself. So you cannot become yourself.
No direction.
Yeah. So I think there is a path that I'm going to reach in the future, when the fact is I have to return prior to time.
So the process, what you think is outward, is actually inward.
Yes.
Just by the nature, because we say, well, we're going on a journey, we think we're going outward. We're going away from where we are, so that's outward.
Yes. Going on a journey, it means we always go into the future. Right? It's like we are here, and we're going to get there somewhere, sometime in the future.
Yeah, it's always
Yes. So also what the mind imagines that he's going to be awakened or enlightened in the future. It's impossible. Because it's impossible. So, and actually some took, like monks even, they say it's not going to be enough this lifetime, it's going to be many lifetimes until I will awaken up. That means they set up an imaginary path into a future that doesn't exist, in order to wake up to who they are, which is already here.
But we hear that all the time. I mean, that's common knowledge.
So liberation is never in the future, is always here. The peace is always here, except it's not in time. So it's not in the past, and it's not in the future. It's in timeless being, which is omnipresent, means it's always here. So awakening is always now. So that's another misconception. People say, I'm here and now. No, it's not here, and it's not in time that we are familiar. It's here and now. It means it's not in this space. And now that means it's not in time. So that means here and now, beyond space and time. So the mind says, oh, I'm here and now, I'm here and now, I'm listening to this is absurd. I'm here and now.
Explain that again. So maybe
Because awareness has nothing to do with time, space, or anything.
Yeah.
It cannot be here and now, because it's got nothing to do
So
with
you cannot perceive it here through the senses, and it's not in time.
So it can't be now.
So it's not the now that we as an outward mind take to be. So we take a space here, and it's in time. That means it's actually trapped in time. So most people say, yeah, I'm being here and now. I'm being here now. It's like, okay, nice words.
There's another way of looking at it, which may actually be effective for Rom is that we've learned that there are 6 elements: time, space, motion, inertia, soul, and form, matter. That is the mind. That's the conceptual world. But awareness is not. It's changeless. So it has nothing to do with that.
That's right.
But when they say, what I'm saying is when people do say here and now, they're speaking about the physical form and the mind.
They're in the mind.
Sometimes, yeah, it's all mind relating to an object. So it says,
objects.
I'm here,
Yeah.
I'm now.
So they're not wrong. It just doesn't allow them to be free.
They're ignorant.
They're living in that kind of conceptual
It's
world.
just a conceptual. What it means, it's imaginary. Here and now. Here and now
It's imaginary.
has nothing to do with space and time. Here is space, right?
Yes.
Now it's time.
Yes.
Yet here and now, it means beyond space and time.
Because it's changeless.
Yeah, it's not the here and now I'm sitting here. This is why
it's just a language. We're locked into a language.
Except when the knowledge is only conceptual, then you speak the language.
Yeah.
You can learn the language and you can talk the language, yet you don't experience it, living it, being it. Then it's dead. The realization has to be lived, fully completed. That means an embodiment of it. So even if you have realizations and they are not lived, it's a partial realization.
How can you have a realization?
You can have an understanding.
Oh,
Is that what you
okay.
mean?
Yes.
That's you're talking about the
mental
two
understanding.
velates.
Or you have glimpses, yet as you start in life, you're in forgetfulness. So you're not really living it. Like one of the common traps, and I share this because these are like, I think they are jewels, is that people that meditate, they separate their life and the meditation. What does it mean? They might be very disciplined. They say, I meditate every day 2 hours, morning and evening. Okay, and the rest? What happens? Are you misidentified? You're reacting all over the place? You're judging? You are unconscious action basically all playing itself out? And then you get to the cushion or whoever you do it and you meditate? That means, and the mind loves this. Why? Because it can be task-oriented, achieving. So you say, oh, I achieve meditation, and then I'm a good meditator. I'm sitting twice a day, 2 hours. Look, I can put it on my resume. I have even a certificate. I'm 15 years meditating. Yeah, every year I get one more certificate on the wall. Yet, that's what I meditate, and that's my life. This has to be a way of life. That means every moment, because life is a single event flowing from moment to moment, it has to permeate every corner of your mind. It has to permeate every aspect of your life. So when I meet people that are good meditators, I ask them, stop meditating. Stop, don't meditate just for a short period of time. Stop, drop this.
Can they?
It all depends if they trust and they're willing to follow and explore for themselves.
And down by one, and then you would say, you meditate? Good, you enjoy it?
Do you like it?
Do you like it? Good. It won't help you. That's what he would say.
Yeah.
It won't help you to be free.
Yeah, he's right. Because practice cannot lead you to that which is prior to any movement. Practice cannot lead you to that which is prior to any movement.
But we are practicing all the time.
What are you
We're
practicing?
observant. We're vigilant.
That's not practice.
Is it a practice or it's a way of living start to be?
Well, I mean, it's a matter of labeling it, huh?
Oh, no. What is your experience?
I
Okay.
don't call it a practice.
Okay. Let's say we're here a few days, right?
Yeah.
What have you practiced?
Nothing.
Actually, something started to be activated within you, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah. So you might, out of habit, claim that you're doing it when in fact it's all happening.
Okay. So
Yes? So we go back to the example of memory. What is memory? A thought that appears. A thought that appears, right? Did you activate it or it just appeared?
just appeared.
Yeah, okay. Being around an awakened being, hearing the knowledge, awakens the mind, awakens who you truly are, because as speaking is happening, it's awareness speaking to the awareness within you. So one can say awareness is awakening itself up.
It's waking itself up.
Yeah, that's the proper English.
Or yeah.
Probably I speak English if somebody says, whoa, he's
Very good. It's
Awareness
very
is waking itself up.
up.
It's not being awakened by the other person. It's waking itself up.
Yeah. The person is just an appearance. I'm awareness, and I recognize that there is only an awareness. In appearance, I perceive a person and possibly a personality, yet I recognize that it's not you. The real you is prior to all this play.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I cannot recognize the real you from the mind. When there is stillness at times, awareness recognizes itself through the eyes of the other. Like at times I ask you, have you, or I would give a confirmation. This is it. Did you recognize it? And you say yes. Who recognized it? Awareness recognizes itself.
Not the mind.
Because it's a vibration. It's a frequency, just for the analogy. So it's tuning in to on the same frequency. It's locked into the same frequency, changeless awareness.
Can you feel that? Can you sense it in any way when that happens?
Yes, of course.
In the physical form?
What do you mean in a physical form?
You know, in this.
If I recognize it, the awareness.
Awareness is aware of awareness.
Yes.
You're aware when you're aware.
Even
I always thought it as something separate, or a piece of me.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I looked at it. I don't look at it anymore, even though.
Yeah, because that's the habit in the beginning I shared while we were eating, is that there is the notion in the beginning when awakening takes place, there's me and there's an awareness. Still there is a separation. And then as the mind being established, abiding within awareness, then this is replaced that I am awareness. And there's just residual impressions of false identity that are clearing up from the surface.
And those residual
clearing up from the depth. Sorry.
Altogether.
They're what?
Those are residual.
Have to, because they are unreal.
That's Vasana again.
Yeah, they are unreal. They come into the surface to free themselves. So the way you can recognize that there is an awakening is that if you would be, let's say, reactive for little things, and suddenly you notice that there's no reaction. If you were giving meaning to some things and suddenly you Not because you're trying not to give it meaning. It has no meaning within you. Where you were judgmental, and then you notice that you see everything more with an equal eye, means awareness looking through the eye without a thought.
And that's what needs to be cultivated.
That's actually, it's like, yeah, we can say cultivated for the language, which is true. It's coming back to your nature, to your real nature. It's you. That's the thing. We have to return back to ourselves. So who returns back to ourselves? Is the mind that I used to identify with, is returning back to me. Right? I used to identify as the mind. This is me. This is my mind. I am the one who's thinking this thought. Now this identity is dissolving, so it is coming back to me. I was always me, even when I was misidentifying with the mind. I remained awareness. It changeless.
You probably right now,
It is
if
so,
you would
it's so
stop,
simple that it's confused. It's like a lightning.
if you would stop thinking or being focused on your thinking, you would realize that awareness is behind it all, right?
Yeah, awareness, and even in
It's
the
all
beginning,
there. It's there.
yeah, even behind is a notion in the beginning, because it's not even behind; it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yet for the mind to withdraw, it's the easiest,
Notion.
and then even it's the experience in the beginning that it is behind. Yet that's really not true, because it's everywhere simultaneously at all times.
That's interesting.
So it's not really only behind.
I felt like I was being pushed behind.
That's right.
Behind.
That's right.
But I don't have that feeling anymore. I thought, well, maybe that's because it's not there anymore. But
no, it just there will be many feelings and many experiences. You just keep going.
Okay.
You keep going. So that's the notion of behind in the beginning. So sometimes I point to this. So the attention. So all really I'm pointing is for the mind to retreat back. We regress. That the attention will almost like fall back into yourself.
So the dropping off. The dropping off is sort of, I gotta use the word automatic. You're not doing anything.
Dropping is by itself. It's like the attention collapses, dissolves.
You're right, and you observe, but you do observe it, that it's gone, or that you just don't know how it happened.